Today we're going to make Cajun gumbo. I'm not sure where the word gumbo comes from, but I pretty much think those Cajuns down there in New Orleans, Louisiana, swampland, just kind of took whatever they had and put it in there. And I got to tell you, there's nothing better in the wintertime and now Mardi Gras time than a good old bowl of gumbo. And that's what we're going to have here when we get finished. I first had world-class gumbo at the best restaurant I think in the whole world, Commander's Palace down in New Orleans in the Garden District. And this is their cookbook. If you want a cookbook, I got to push this one. Commander's Palace, it's just about as good as it gets. And actually one time I went there and they took me back in the kitchen to show me how to do it. I was so honored to be in Commander's kitchen learning how to make gumbo. I felt like a rock star. Well, to make a gumbo, first you got to start with the roux. Roux, Cajun Napalm. Most chefs will take you through a 30-minute to a 1-hour process on how to make the roux, and you've got to stand there and watch it and everything else. Actually, I have an easier method. It's going to take about 10 minutes total time, and I promise you it's going to taste just as good as the way of doing it where it takes 30 minutes to an hour. I defy anyone to take a taste test. My roux in the microwave or theirs the old-fashioned way. So we're going to start out with equal parts flour and oil. So I've got 1 cup of canola oil here, and then here I've got 1 cup of flour. So we'll add that in, and we're going to mix it up pretty good right here. And now we're going to put this in the microwave for 5 minutes, and then we're going to take it out and put it in for another minute and maybe another minute for a total of 7 minutes. But let's see how it goes. We want to get this to a nice chocolate brown. So here we go. Okay, got a little blonde color here starting to thicken up. Let's put this back in now for about another minute, and we're going to keep doing this till it gets to be a nice kind of almost chocolate brown. All right, let's stir it some more. Here's after 7 minutes. You can see now it's almost a nice Hershey's chocolate brown, and it's thickening up. Got a nice nutty aroma. This is gonna make that gumbo just come to fruition. All right, now we've had this in for 5 minutes plus 1 minute plus 1 minute. Let's stir this up. See how it's nice and thick? And this baby is ready to go. We have a gumbo roux here, and how easy is that to do? The nice thing about making roux is we can put it in the fridge and keep it there in advance. So when we get ready to make the gumbo, we don't have to go through all this process. The roux will be ready. And there it is, ready to go when we're ready to make gumbo. At that point in time, guys, we can get right into the gumbo and not have to worry about the roux. Isn't that easy? You're going to love this process. Now, if you recall, we made the roux about 4 days ago, put it in the fridge and kept it. So now we're going to put it in a Chinese wok. That's right. Chinese have been around for thousands of years, a lot longer than the Cajuns have. And I know this wok helps saute the ingredients. So let's get this roux here that we made about 4 days ago going. Look at that nice chocolatey brown roux, and that's what a roux should look like. And that's what gives this thing flavor and thickness. Today we're going to make a chicken, sausage, shrimp gumbo. And you watch and see how all this comes together. And let me show you what I've got here. Here we've got sausage cut up. This is andouille sausage, but you can use any kind of little link sausage you like. Here I've got a rotisserie chicken. And I put these wangs on top here. We're going to put those in. A lot of flavor in the wangs. Then we've got the holy trinity of gumbo and good Cajun cooking. That would be green peppers, celery, onions, chopped jalapenos, bay leaves, Worcestershire sauce, a little sweetener and flavor, about a 1/4 cup of molasses, garlic, better than bouillon, which is really great stuff. This is going to give that nice robust flavor. It's going to help it out. And my 3 spices here, oregano, thyme, and basil. But you'll also notice here I have a blender. So let's keep this going. It's starting to smoke a little bit. Let's cool it down. So we're going to start out by putting the Trinity in. There goes our peppers, and I got red peppers and green peppers to give this a little color. Then let's do the celery and the onions. The jalapenos. A spoon full of garlic, about a tablespoon, lots of garlic. It's hard to get too much garlic in there. See that? So let's get that in there. And let's get our spices in. Thyme, oregano, basil, about 1 heaping tablespoon of each. You can always add more later. So let's get this going. Now we got my favorite, I don't know, macadamia nut spoon from Hawaii. And let's kind of get this stirring around really good in that roux. But now, if you were being alert, you noticed I did not put all of these vegetables in. Here comes the trick. This is what I learned in Commander's Palace. Let's take a little water here and put this into the blender. And to this, we're going to add the rest of these vegetables in here. And get the lid on, and here we go. Okay, there's that Trinity all coming together in there. And now this goes in. So let's just keep stirring here. Look at that. Isn't that looking nice? Nice color in there. Chinese wok. Those Chinese people knew something about cooking. All right, now if you can see, this has almost got a nice gravy-like texture. That's what we want. So we're going to turn the heat off here. And now we're going to transfer this wonderful stuff to a more traditional stock pot here, which is my wonderful, beloved Swiss Diamond. So let's get that in there and get that going on a little heat, about medium again. Now, we're going to add water to here. And you might rightly say, why water? But the reason is I've got this wonderful stuff here called Better Than Bouillon. And a big old thick spoonful of this stuff right here, watch this, goes in. And that will give it that nice chicken bouillon help there. This stuff is good. A lot better than bouillon. And we're going to add some molasses here. Molasses is going to be kind of a great flavor to it, a little bit of a hint of sweetness in here. So in goes the molasses. Like I said, about 1/4 cup of this. You can put more in later if that suits your taste. And put some bay leaves in. And then one of the keys to soups and gumbos, 3 words. Number 1, reduce. Number 2, reduce. Number 3, reduce. Now, a little Worcestershire sauce goes in here. Going to give it a nice tangy flavor. And now we're going to put the sausage in. Give it a stir. Let's go ahead and put our chicken in. I'm going to drop these 2 wangs right on top for the flavor. Wang, wang. More water. Doesn't that look good? Now notice, I didn't put any salt or black pepper in here. You can do that later on, but I want to see, first of all, how I did with the flavors all mixing together. Oh yeah, gonna be good. Good old Commander's Palace. I love you, bro. This is just the best. Mama Mabel could cook, but by golly, so could Commander's Palace. It's probably the best restaurant in the whole world. Now you can see how it's starting to foam a little bit, and that's good. That means all those things are getting together in there. I know this is not an original line, but guys, there's a whole lot of love going on in this pot. Just let this keep reducing. Right now, see that steam coming off of there? That's good. Reduce, reduce, and reduce. Okay, we've reduced this now for about an hour or so, just adding water, keep reducing, adding water, keep reducing. So let's go ahead and get some in here and get it ready for the presentation. Oh man, look at that, would you? Look at that. Now, remember when we made some crispy fried shrimp? You got to go back to my website, mamamabavoy.com, to learn how to make this nice, easy, crunchy fried shrimp. That's right. We're not putting the shrimp in, because if you put shrimp in, it gets all rubber. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little rice here and put that right in the middle of my deal. And then we'll put the shrimps around the side here. Beautiful crunchy shrimp. And then we're going to garnish this with some green onions. Now look at that. How does that look, guys? That is some serious gumbo right there. Remember, a clean kitchen is a happy kitchen. And this is pretty much a happy kitchen. Bon appetit, partner. Adios. And yum yum. Like they say in New Orleans, laissez le bon ton rouler.